Okay, so while I was gone, Epic Games, they decided to add in a brand new item without my permission, and they ended up adding in the Airstrike missile, grenade launch, whatever. I mean, this thing was literally leaked months upon months, over a year ago, and they finally added it in, and I'm not too sure everybody's really excited about this thing. Anyways, well, hello there, welcome back to, I guess, another episode of the Fortnite Mythbusters. Today's episode, I got a lot of updated myths that a lot of you guys have been requesting. Real quick before we begin today's video, make sure to go hit that like button. Let's see if we could aim for 25,000 likes on today's video. That would be insane. And also subscribe if you are new to the channel. Turn on post notifications to never miss another episode of the Fortnite Mythbusters. Also, if you guys do have a unique myth you would like me to test in the next or future episodes, go down in the comments and drop a comment of a unique myth, and let's begin. Moving into the first myth. The first myth is, if you eat a chili, then use a transversal emote. Will you move faster while doing the emote dance? When I saw this myth, a lot of people thumbs upped it. I think it had close to like 600, 700 likes on my last episode, which is insane, and everybody really wanted this myth, so I had to test it out. If you don't know what a transversal emote is, it's basically one of those emotes that you see people dancing while walking around at the exact same time. And sadly, this is like one of my only ones. It's kind of a weird one. Much love to whoever gifted it to me, but I basically walked the distance of 2 floors. That way it could be the exact same distance both times. After further testing this out, no matter what, if you eat the chili or if you don't, the time will be the exact same. You will not move any faster while doing the transversal emote dance or emote or whatever you like to call it. So if you're gonna eat a chili, don't do an emote. You'll go the same speed. Going into the next myth. The next myth is, are you able to jump higher if you consume a hop rock, then turn invisible from a shadow bomb right after? Now, I thought this was actually a very good myth. Sadly, in game right now, I don't think there's anywhere where you could get any of these hop rocks, but knowing Epic, they're bound to add it in eventually. When testing this out in creative mode, I basically put a bunch of hop rocks, some shadow bombs, and I also had a few walls. That way I could test the certain different height differences while on a regular shadow bomb, without the hop rock, and with the hop rock itself. Now I tested this with and without the hop rock, and without the hop rock you jump about 2 walls high with the double jump from a regular shadow bomb, and with the shadow bomb without any hop rocks, just a regular jump, it's pretty close to about 1 wall high. Now when I took the hop rock, it did bounce you were able to jump a little bit higher than normal. As you can see, you jump basically about half a wall higher, and for the double jump, it's kind of like another wall height, half a wall height. You still jump pretty high, which is nice. Overall though, I thought this was a very good myth, and one to keep in mind for if you do play arena in those endgame scrims. If hop rocks do get added back, it's good to know. The next myth is, what happens when you shoot an RPG rocket into Kevin the Cube in creative mode? Now, if you're not too familiar with creative mode, they've added a lot of galleries, and Kevin the Cube, he's finally back. You could get him in a little tilted way, as well as just straight blocks. So when I tested this out, I threw down that gallery, I spawned myself in an RPG and a couple of rockets, and when I shot, the rocket actually kind of reflected off of Kevin, and it basically just deflects it. It's actually a lot of fun. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Kevin the Cube was actually in the game, in the map, I believe it was like season 5 or season 6, you would shoot it, of course you would shoot it and power would build up and you'd eventually get shot back, but I don't remember shooting any rockets at it and it actually being deflected. I'm not too sure. I don't really remember that season a whole ton. I'm sure a lot of you guys will know the exact answer to that. If you could correct me in the comments, that would be awesome. I wanted to have a little bit of fun with this, so I shot my rocket in between both of the cubes, and the rocket literally went crazy. It was like on a massive trampoline, just going back and forth. So I thought it would be fun to build like a giant like octagon looking thing and shoot rockets in there, and the stuff literally just went crazy. I even got to the point where I had myself 4 rockets and I gave my friend 4 rockets, and we shot them literally all at the exact same time, and it was like a total mess. I would love to see a game mode somehow made out of this. I have some awesome plans in mind, so if you guys would like me to make a game mode out of this for you guys, or even for a video, let me know, because I have some awesome ideas with this one. Overall though, I thought this was a pretty awesome myth, and these are the type of myths I love, when you really don't expect the outcome and stuff totally blows your mind. Just look how crazy this is. Imagine jumping down that or even seeing that in game. it's just like, it's a mess. If we didn't know this about this game, I mean, imagine all of the other possibilities Epic Games might be hiding from us. Jumping into the next myth is, what happens when you call an airstrike into the middle of the ocean? Will the airstrike grenade fall through the map? Now, in the past, we tested the same thing out with like porta forts and such, and they would kind of just fall through the map, or even they would build up. It's kind of like a 50-50 chance. So to test this out in game, I did a little bit of a glitch, a little bit of a tactic, whatever you like to call it, to get the airstrike grenades back into creative mode. That way I don't have to go through the struggles of finding them in a chest around the entire map. So the airstrike grenades, they work the exact same. They do damage, they shoot missiles from the sky, kind of like how you would expect. From there, I ran over to the edge of the map and I threw them off the edge into the ocean, and sadly they just kind of disappear in the ocean. They don't hit the magical barrier where, like, if you were a player, you don't fall to the ocean, you hit the floor and you die immediately. They just kind of phase straight through, and even if I kind of bounce them off the wall into the ocean, still nothing happens. I then 900 IQ'd the system, and I built a massive ledge and then threw down the airstrike, broke it from there, and all of the rockets, they did fall into the ocean, but nothing too crazy happened. You can see certain rockets that hit the ocean, it will hit the floor, others will go straight through, which is pretty interesting and kind of weird. The next myth is, if one player glitches back to the main island in creative mode, can the other players teleport to the same main island from the hub, or will they be on their own private one? So basically what I think he means is, if from the creative island, if you look back at the main island, is that just all for show, or will it be the same ones people teleport to? And surprisingly, in game, my friend, he went to the hub, and I flew over to the island, and he was still able to see me, but sadly, whenever he would shoot me, he couldn't do damage to me. I could do damage to him, I could spawn him in any weapons he liked, all of that good stuff, which was pretty interesting. And now I think a lot of these videos where people quote-unquote hack in playgrounds is definitely fake, and it's people coming from the creative island. We tested out to see maybe if I couldn't throw down the galleries, maybe he could, maybe if it was just the creative island holding you back, but that wasn't really the case. Luckily, he was able to record his perspective of the same incident, and it's sadly nothing really too special. My guy just kind of flies around, he's kind of hacking. It's kind of funny though. So I guess if you ever do go into creative mode and you go to the main island, or even if YouTubers are nowadays doing like these quote-unquote playground hackers, I guarantee this is a tactic they do it, because I don't think there's any mod menus in Fortnite that currently allow you to fly around the map and spawn in basically anything, but I may be wrong. Jumping into the next myth is, what happens when the supply drop lands on top of one of the giant beach balls around the map? So along with the 14 days of summer event in Fortnite, there's these massive beach balls that spawn around the map that you can basically hit. I'm pretty sure there were a few weekly challenges regarding this beach ball, but to do this, we went into my custom matchmaking game. That way it could just be us two in the lobby, so we won't really be distracted, and then held up a supply drop not too far from the beach ball, but enough for it to fall straight on top of it. From there, we got the beach ball literally directly underneath the supply drop, and we basically broke the entire structure. And the outcome, you'd be surprised. You might think that the supply drop will kind of land on top of the beach ball, but when we tested this out, sadly the beach ball just kind of phased straight through. It went straight through, nothing too special happened. But what was really interesting was when you would actually kind of tap the beach ball a little bit, it kind of was held in place because of the supply drop, which I really didn't expect. After messing around with this a little bit more, you were able to go inside of the beach ball and literally be 100% invisible from any other players, and I'm pretty sure you're able to shoot out of it but not shoot in, which is kind of strange. And I don't know, if this was ever in a regular game, this would be insanely OP. Overall though, this has been a myth I've been wanting to test for a very long time, and luckily we were able to finally test it out in game and see what happens. Anyways guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to leave a like, and also subscribe if you are new to the channel. Make sure to turn on post notifications to never miss another Fortnite upload. As well, make sure to go follow my Instagram. I'm trying to get a lot more active on there. It is basically just at Nexiph. I got the at, I know, pretty lucky. And on there, I request a lot of people to help me out with some myths to be featured in videos. So that's your best chance of being featured. But anyways, I will see you guys next time.